Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 8. Can you believe that you've made it to the final week of the course? Congratulations to you on it. I hope that this has been a rewarding course, that you have been able to get an insight into school budgeting and understanding some of the legislation, the education code, um, all the factors that fall into really looking at a school budget and looking at the work of the different departments and how you have to budget for it. And then just as a school administrator, being able to work with your stakeholders to try and prepare a budget as well. I've enjoyed being able to see your comments throughout the discussion boards and being able to read your work and your written work, as well as your group presentations. But we still have this final week. But I just encouragement to keep your resources. That ASB manual, as a lot of you shared in your writing, is going to be beneficial. Your textbook, that school finance, the California perspective textbook, will be a great resource as well. So just something to keep, so that way as people around you start talking budget, you've got a reference to fall back on. So let's look at what 8-week is going to entail. First of all, the reminder, week 8 is a little bit shorter for us. So it starts again this coming Monday and then ends on Friday. So final assignment is due Friday at 11:59 p.m. Your response to discussion boards are due by Friday at 11:59 p.m. Your initial discussion board posts need to be done on Wednesday, not Thursday. But again, your initial or your first discussion board needs to be uploaded into Blackboard by Wednesday for week 8. So that's an important reminder. I want to make sure that you're hearing that from me. I'll put it in the email reminder too. So with that, it's week 8 is about your site budget. And I know it says site budget presentations, but it's really about drafting your mock budget. If we were sitting together in a class, you'd be sharing with it. You'll see in the discussion board, you will be sharing your mock budgets for conversation through discussion boards. So it is still looking at that site budget presentation. I know at least one of you, if not two of you, will be looking more at a district level in your presentation and or mock budget for assignment number 5, and that is A-OK as well. So with that, we're honing in and looking at the learning outcomes, your development and implementation of a shared vision. That comes with the budget, instructional leadership, making your decisions about how to support key areas in your school site, as well as hiring teachers possibly, management and learning environments, making sure your resources are available, how are we going to engage the community or our own students on the campus as well, and then being ethical in what we do and making sure that we have the content and policies there to really inform us as we make decisions for our budget. Always encourage you to look at that Christian message. This week is really the reminder that, we are presenting the Bible as Christ followers. 4 key components when looking at the financing, and I'll let you read more about that as your choice. And you're watching this video now, you've either found it here in the instruction overview or in the email message. So this week there is reading the final chapter of the school finance. You'll be getting into looking at budgeting for facilities. It is chapter 15. Facilities is an interesting place for California to be, as infrastructure-wise, our older districts within California are looking at how to retrofit, reinforce, or possibly remodel entirely campuses that have been in existence for maybe 40 to 80 years. I know it's interesting for me here in Southern California. I know there's a neighboring district that some of their schools still don't have air conditioning in 2021. So just looking at some of those elements and really looking at how to budget in school facilities, looking at maintenance of a school facility, deferred maintenance, funding for these improvements. As you'll read, the state doesn't just graciously say, here's more money for you to spend on your facilities. It is a thought out process. You're going to be looking at the idea of bond measures, certificates of participation, a lot of those elements you'll be reading this week. So that's your reading. There is a secondary piece, which is a website. It is the Financing School Facilities. It's a perspective from the American Schools and Universities association that just says, hey, these are the things that district schools, anybody budgeting for facilities, so your maintenance and operations directors might be also interested in this information about what's needed to be able to fund the work that needs to be done at school, on school campuses, district office level, that work as well. So it again is an element of reading just on this website. So going back to the overview of week 8, you do have a discussion board, one primary discussion board. The first one is having you reflect on certificates of participation, what they mean, and then discussing how they can be used. You'll see the prompt, so it's responding to that prompt. There is a second discussion board, and it's for you to upload your mock budget. As I was sharing, this would have been presentations if we were together in person, but you're going to be putting it onto our discussion board with the brief write-up of, what's the focus, those elements. You'll see the prompt there as well, that you will want to address and how you've created this budget. And then that is, again, both of these initial for discussion board 1 and discussion board 2, the one on the certificates of participation and then the mock budget, both due on Wednesday of this week. And then responses to 2 of your peers for both of them need to be completed by Friday of this week. So you'll have that conversation about certificates of participation and trying to look at financing school refurbishment, school construction through the use of those. And then the discussion board number 2 for the week is just reflecting on what your peers have shared for their mock budgets. One more time, initial post needs to be done on Wednesday, your follow-ups by Friday of this week. Last but not least, we get into something I've been talking about for a couple of weeks. I even started back in week 1 saying, hey, you could interview your administrator or whoever you're talking to about budget, maybe combining that assignment number 1 and this assignment with looking at mocking up a budget for next year, giving a focus area. I know if you look at the rubric, it talks about the Common Core standards, but I will be flexible. If you're talking about a school focus, academic achievement should be Common Core standards now. But if there are other elements or a key focus area, please don't feel like it has to be a specific right to Common Core standards, but it can be a key focus area and an academic area for your school, or maybe it is that social emotional learning or positive behavior intervention support. There's a lot of different elements that can be brought into that. So please know there is a little bit of flexibility in that one line of the rubric. It is a 5-page paper. The mock budget, whether it's in a table, Excel spreadsheet, however you do it, that can be included in this and be a part of the appendix. But you are going to be giving a write-up, sort of stating why that you're spending this amount in these key areas as well. So that is a part of the write-up of that 5 pages. I'm here if you have any questions with that. I believe majority of you have been able to discuss with the administrator. Those of you that haven't, we've connected. But please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or need any clarification. You have my email, you've got my phone number, my cell. Text me, call, and let's connect. I don't want you to run up to Friday saying, I wasn't sure, and then trying to get it submitted on time. The reminder again, I do need all of this work to be completed by Friday, so that way I can get grades to the School of Education as quickly as possible, and then you get to enjoy your summer break. I hope that it is a good week for you, that you are blessed, that if you aren't teaching summer school, you're enjoying your summer break. If you are teaching summer school, maybe it's a lighter load, being able to enjoy being with students. As always, I'm here for you. Have a great week. God bless.